A Mormon church in a quiet corner of Michigan, engulfed in flames, a crowded congregation of worshippers becoming the latest target in America's deadly battle with gun violence.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of this incident that could have been completely avoided. And it's very tragic, and that's not what our community is.
The incident unfolded as a gunman drove into the church and began shooting with an assault rifle. He then set it on fire, a blaze which engulfed the building. The FBI fear other victims could be found. This was a Sunday service attended by hundreds of people.
I went to church and we were sitting in and they were getting ready to speak. We'd already sang and did our sacrament part, and then we heard a big bang and it blew the doors in the church, and then everything after that was chaos.
We ended up in the parking lot of the church. There was bodies laying on the sidewalk. There was one laying in the back of somebody's truck that had just gotten shot maybe a couple times in the leg.
The suspect, a 40-year-old local and ex-Marine, was identified as Thomas Sanford. He was killed during an exchange of fire with the police. Authorities say they're treating it as an act of targeted violence, but aren't yet clear on the motive.
I'd also like to acknowledge the heroism of not only the first responders, but the people who were inside that church at the time. They were shielding the children who were also present within the church, moving them to safety. Just hundreds of people just practicing their faith.
President Trump wrote on social media that this was another attack on Christians, writing, "This epidemic of violence in our country must end immediately." There is, though, little sign of that happening. This is the latest mass shooting in hundreds already this year. It comes only a month after an attack in Minneapolis, after a shooter fired through the windows of a Catholic school church during the first week of term, killing 2 children. These were people who should have been safe, a Sunday morning spent practicing religion in their place of worship. Instead, another community, victim to violence. Molly Malone, Sky News.
Well, let's bring you more of that update from authorities overnight.
There is a couple additional bodies that we've discovered in the church. So that makes our total victim count up to 4 victims. As I said before, there has already been the suspect who is deceased as well. So we have 5 deceased persons from this tragic incident. Again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of this incident that could have been completely avoided. And it's very tragic, and that's not what our community is. I'm confident that we're going to overcome this, as Grand Blanc always overcomes these type of incidents. I'd also like to acknowledge the heroism of not only the first responders, but the people who were inside that church at the time. They were shielding the children who were also present within the church, moving them to safety. Just hundreds of people just practicing their faith. Just extreme courage, brave, and that's the type of community that we are. Law enforcement, again, we were on scene within 30 seconds from that original 911 call. Within 8 minutes, that suspect was neutralized in the back parking lot of the church by a DNR officer and a Grand Blanc Township officer. So where we're at right now, we're working tirelessly. We're working all night on this particular incident. I know that you guys have questions, and it's not only this community, but it's nationwide, all throughout the United States. So we're working hand in hand with our federal partners.
I want to sincerely express our condolences to the victims of this shooting, their families, and this entire community. I would like to also thank Chief Rennie, the Grand Blanc Township Police Department, and all of our federal, state, and local law enforcement partners, other first responders, and the community members for their immediate actions in this situation. This act of violence has no place in our state or anywhere else in our country. The FBI is committed to continue finding out the facts, circumstances, and motives behind this tragedy. I can confirm at this time that the FBI is now leading the investigation and is investigating this as an act of targeted violence. FBI crisis response teams, such as our evidence response teams, SWAT, Special Agent Bomb Technicians, victim specialists, were deployed to the scene. We also have special agents who are continuing to conduct interviews and intelligence and professional staff personnel providing research and analysis. I would like to thank them for their work on this case.
We're working tirelessly to find additional bodies. So to answer your question, the entire church has not been cleared because it's a total loss due to the fire. So these first responders right now, they're in recovery mode. They're trying to fight through all the debris from the fire. So no, we have not cleared the entire church just yet.
Chief, do you know how many of the victims, the 4 dead, can you say how many were shot or how many died as a result of the fire?
I could say this, 2 have been shot as a result, or have been shot, 2 of the deceased.
Chief, do you know how many people are unaccounted for?
No, I don't know how many people are unaccounted for at this time. We do know that there are some that are unaccounted for.
Can you explain a little bit about how the fire started at the church?
I will leave that up to the ATF agent here.
The question again?
How did the fire start at the church?
For this incident, the fire started basically the suspect. All indications on this investigation are the suspect used an accelerant of some sort, we believe gasoline, and lit the church on fire.
Was it an IED that he may have used?
There are, at this point, I'm not going to comment on IEDs. I will confirm that there were some suspected explosive devices that were located. But as far as using them to initiate the blaze, I can't say that. This scene is actively being investigated by ATF. Most people don't know that ATF is the federal arson police, and we have a team from across the country coming in, our national response team. It is a cadre of expert fire investigators that are coming here from across the country to investigate this scene and get to the cause or the origin and cause of this fire.